What's good, Fin Nation? What is good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week so far. I hope everyone enjoyed the show that me and the Roundtable provided for you guys last night. It was a lot of fun. Again, thank you to everyone who participated: Dudley, Richmond, Ball Game, Jeremy, Martin. Dante, everyone who came out and showed some love. Now, I was originally scheduled to give you guys a show tomorrow night with EM Dolphin fan, but due to it being the opening night of the NFL regular season, we decided to delay that show just because everyone's going to want to watch their football, including us. So it's been a long wait, so I don't want to pull people away from football. So there's a couple things that I decided I wanted to talk about tonight that I obviously didn't have a chance to talk about yet this week. And then obviously I want to talk about the whole captain scenario thing going on with Tua. And then I will open it up for you guys for a little bit. I have somewhere I have to be in about an hour and 45 minutes. So I'm going to keep this probably about an hour and a half show. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Raging Dolphins maniac. Kind of off today. Kind of just been, this week's been weird. So thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all loving the show yesterday. So let's we'll start off. We'll get into everything here, and we're gonna go start to news that broke just a couple of days ago, and I obviously haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. So I wanted to talk about it. It happened on Monday, but Austin Jackson and Adam Shaheen were put on the reserve COVID-19 list, and they elevated cornerback Jamal Perry as a COVID-19 replacement. Now, this is troublesome already now with the Oline. We've been talking about all year about this, all offseason about this offense is only going to go as far as the offensive line takes them. I've been one of the biggest critics of Austin Jackson. First, I was the biggest critic of the selection. I've been the biggest critic of the player. I just do not see Pro Bowl, All Pro in this guy's future. I think fundamentally and technique-wise, he's not where he needs to be, whether that be on coaching, the the carousel, the merry-go-round carousel that's been at the offensive line position, coaching position, or whether it's on him and just not working on his fundamentals and sharpening up in the offseason. That's neither here nor there. I'm just not a fan of the kid. I didn't buy into. I know everyone loved the feel-good story of the bone marrow and all that stuff, and that's nice. Obviously, great human being. Obviously, an amazing heart, and the amount of selflessness and thoughtfulness that's required in doing something like that is absolutely amazing and commendable by Austin Jackson. But I'm here to evaluate and give my opinion on the football player. And the football player to me is, again, I've said this story multiple times. If you go back to last training camp and you watch some of the shows, that day where he tore off Raekwon Davis's shirt, I lost my mind because I was like, oh, maybe he's finally got that mean streak. That was the big thing that stuck out to me, was the lack of mean streak I saw when he played. Like, you watch a guy like Robert Hunt, the guy's out there looking to kill someone at the second level. You watch Austin Jackson, and he's playing patty cake. So, this now goes into Greg Little, or if he's healthy, Liam Eichenberg could wind up getting the shot at left tackle. And what's crazy about that is you got to start asking yourself the question, is Austin Jackson going to lose his job, and is he going to be able to get it back? And I don't know. Greg Little isn't exactly a massive downgrade from Austin Jackson, and that doesn't speak on the talent of Greg Little. That speaks on the lack of consistency and talent that we've seen by Austin Jackson. I mean, Greg Little is, another Isaiah Wilson in terms of, a guy drafted high, and he was traded for a 7th-round pick because he's a bit of a reclamation project. And I don't know. I just it's crazy to me. It's you got to ask yourself the question, is this going to lead to Austin Jackson maybe never getting his behind off the bench and being a starter again? Because if a guy like Liam Eichenberg comes in, the left tackle that they draft, the fundamentally, technically sound left tackle that they drafted, shocker, let him play left tackle and see what you got. I mean, him and Jesse Davis might be our best options this year at tackle. Never thought I would say that in my life. But, I'm sticking by it. I'm signing Mitchell Schwartz. I saw on a podcast recently, Mitchell Schwartz talked about how he is near 100% health. So that's who I'm gunning after. That's a top 10 player at his position when he's healthy. So, because Jesse Davis, it just seems like, let Jesse Davis start for a few games while Mr. Schwartz gets acclimated, and then boom, make the switch. But yeah, the whole Austin Jackson thing. Austin Jackson, it's going to be one of the interesting storylines to watch all week to see if he comes off that COVID list. Because if he doesn't, and Liam or Greg start, and they give you better production, it's going to be, or at least some more consistency, it's going to absolutely be an intriguing situation to watch how it unfolds for Austin Jackson, because the thing that needs to happen for Austin Jackson, even for Greg Little or Liam Eichenberg to take his job permanently, is someone in the room needs to put their hand up and say, we can go farther with this offensive line with Liam or Greg Little at left tackle. And then after that, if it doesn't go back to Greg Little, someone at the end of the season is going to have to raise their hand and going to have to say, we messed up. And I don't know if I see that happening. Like, I think you could get noticeably better play from Liam Eichenberg or Greg Little, and I'm actually weary of if they would even bench Austin Jackson, because this would tell us if they're politicking. That would be the most interesting thing, is if you get noticeably better play from a different option, but they end up going back to Austin Jackson anyways. So, this could be the way we either realize that politics are at work here, and because he's the 18th pick of last year's draft, that's why he's getting all the chances he's getting, or this could be what leads to Austin Jackson never getting behind off of the bench again. So it's going to be real interesting to see how this plays out. As far as Adam Shaheen is concerned, I believe this is his second COVID. The second time he's caught COVID. He's going to miss the game no matter what, because he's not vaccinated. It's about a 10-day process. So, this is why a lot of unvaccinated players were getting cut, because if you get caught with that, you're basically missing a game. So, in regards to Adam Shaheen, you've already kept 5 tight ends. He's got to get his act together, because now this is affecting the team. So, shout out to Adam Shaheen, not producing on the field, but producing enough off the field to cost us. So, is what it is. All right. And then with that, today also did come out the first injury report for the Miami Dolphins, the first of the week. So as we take a look at it, Liam Eichenberg, he's got a thigh injury he's dealing with. He's limited. Preston Williams was limited today. Salvin Ahmed, Clayton Fledglam, Devontae Parker, Landon Roberts, and Albert Wilson were all full participants. But this tells us and shows us, okay, where the injuries are they've been dealing with. Nelson Aguilar, Yadni Kajusti, and Jalen Mills were all limited for the New England Patriots today. But now, now we know where Liam Eichenberg's dinged up. And, this continues the O-line woes. You got to start asking yourselves the question, guys. Is Liam, this guy, Liam Eichenberg seems like he might be another guy that gets soft tissue injuries. I hope he's not, but man, you breathe in this guy's vicinity and he's missing practice. So I'm hoping Liam Eichenberg is a little tougher. I know he's got that 302 frame, so he's not the biggest guy in the world, but I'm going to need this kid to toughen up a little bit and start playing through some of this stuff. There's a difference between injured and hurt. So let's see where that goes. And yeah, Preston Williams still limited, kind of crazy, the Liz Frank injury, very similar injury to what Travis Etienne had, right? So everything with the foot, especially when you're cutting and planting, man, it those injuries can really be detrimental towards your ability to produce. All right. Now I'm going to save the captain talk for the end here. I wanted to go ahead and look over the Dolphins depth chart with you guys because I know they released that too, and I haven't had a chance to look it over with you guys. So as we take a look at this here, offensively, Devontae Parker and Preston Williams obviously out there as that X, Austin Jackson and Greg Little as your two left tackles, Solomon Kinley, Robert Jones as your two left guards, Dieter and Greg Mintz as your centers, Robert Hunt and Robert Jones as your right guard. So Robert Jones is going to be that key guard backup this year for them. Right tackle, Jesse Davis and Liam Eichenberg. Tight end, Mike Gesicki, Adam Shaheen, Durham Smythe, Ethan Carter, Hunter Long. That might change, but kind of crazy. Adam Shaheen's the number 2 guy on that depth chart. I'm going to talk about starters and everything in a second here, but number 2 depth guy on the tight end room, and he's being this unreliable. Running backs, Gaskin, Malcolm Brown, Salvin Ahmed, Tua, Jacoby, obviously your receivers. Your Z receivers, your slot, Jalen and Albert Wilson. And then your Z's are Jakeem and Mac Hollins, and obviously Will Fuller is going to slot in there as the one when he's back. But this is for the Patriots game, right? Defensively, Emmanuel Ogbah and Adam Butler are your defensive end. Your nose tackle, Raekwon Davis and John Jenkins, Christian Wilkins and Zach Seiler as your other end. Linebackers, Jerome Baker and Duke Riley, Landon Roberts and Sam McLevine as your mics, it seems, by the way this is laid out. And then Van Ginkel and Brandon Scarlett and Jalen Phillips are on the other linebacker position. Justin Coleman, Elijah Campbell, Jamal Perry in the slot. Byron Jones and Noah Benogany on one boundary. Xavier Howard, Nick Needham, and Trill Williams on the other. And then Jason McCourty and Javon Holland, who's changed to 8. Got to get that jersey at the safety. And then a strong safety, Eric Rowe, Brandon Jones, and Clayton Fledglam. And then Sanders, Pilardi are your kicker and punter. Long snapper, Blake Ferguson. Kick returners, Jakeem Grant, Jalen Waddle, and Noah Igbenogany. And then on punt return, Jakeem Grant and Jalen Waddle. Now, okay, so they have Jalen Phillips listed here as the third linebacker. I do not buy that for a minute. If you've been following this channel, we've been every training camp session we've been updating, and we've been talking about how Jalen Phillips has been working with the ones. I'm not reading too much into that at all. When I expect, first of all, this is going to be not just okay, let me explain something too about depth charts, especially with defensively. They show their base, but this is not technically their base, right? So last year we were 3-4 when they did the depth chart. This year they're 3-3-5. That's not technically their base. This is a fluid, always changing situation depending on, first, the opponent, second of all, the nature of how the game's flowing, all right? like situationally, whether run, pass, etc., this defense is full of exotic packages and different looks. It all depends on the flow of the game and the opponent, really, right? So I wouldn't lock them in as necessarily a 3-3-5, just like last year. I wouldn't lock them in as strictly a 3-4. So we'll see how it goes, but I wouldn't, I think Phillips and Van Ginkel are going to be out there. There's also talk going on about Van Ginkel shifting inside a little bit this year too. So, but Jalen, and this is another thing people need to realize: don't worry about who's the starter. It doesn't matter who the starter is. Will Fuller is not there, Kareem, because he's suspended for week 1. It's not about who the starter is. It's about snap counts. So it's all about snap counts. So if you don't start, but you end up playing 70 some odd percent of the offensive or defensive snaps, you've played the majority of that game. Well, defensively, offensively, if you're on the offensive line, you got to play like 100% of your snaps, right? But or else there's an injury or something, or you got pulled. But defensively, if you play 75% of the snaps, it doesn't matter if you're a starter. It's all about snap percentage, especially defensively. So, and I'm a proponent of Jalen Phillips. Let him pin his ear backs. Let him get comfortable at the NFL level, doing what he's already comfortable doing. Stop worrying about this coverage stuff. Don't make him someone he's, don't try to overexpand the responsibilities in year 1. Spoon feed him. He's a rookie. Right? No, Fuller is not on the injured list. He's suspended for week 1. So that's where I'm at with the depth chart. I'm not really like, it's going to be a fluid situation, right? Like, you look at this right now, you're thinking they're not going to replace Jakeem Grant with Preston Williams if he's healthy, and Preston Williams and Devontae Parker, or like that what was talked about by Barry Jackson right before he got injured and left camp. Albert Wilson, there's been talk about him working on the boundary this year. So you're going to see, instead of Jakeem, you're going to see Albert kicked out to the boundary in some of those situations. Right? You're going to see Jalen Waddle kicked out to the boundary in some of the situations, and Albert staying in the slot. So, like, this isn't how every snap is set up of the whole entire game. People need to realize that this is not every guy you see here as a starter, other than the offensive line, the quarterback, are well, and I guess the majority of the safeties, but everything's going to be a fluid situation here. The receivers, how they're lined up, the tight ends, who's out there, the nose position. Even if a guy like Raekwon needs a rest, the linebackers are going to be fluid. So I wouldn't overly stress about this right now. I know some people were losing it and like, oh my God, Jalen Phillips, like we drafted him so high, he's third on the depth chart. Like, no, sorry, I'm not worried about that one at all. All right, that's that regarding the depth chart. Now, I wanted to talk about something that Bill Belichick said, and I've already reported before, and now it's being verified here. This interesting quote by Bill Belichick today. Coach Godsey is a new play caller down there, taking over for Coach Gailey. So we'll see what all that brings. They're a well-balanced offense, and can attack you in a lot of different fronts. Bill Belichick. So Bill Belichick right here is telling you that George Godsey is the play caller for the Miami Dolphins, and this is something I believe I reported on the Patreon, and I think I've set it up here too, that that's your confirmed of who's going to be calling the plays. I know a lot of people were worried about who's going to be the play caller this year. So if Bill Belichick is dropping a quote like this, clearly he knows who the guy is. So for all of you wondering who's going to be the man calling the plays down to Charlie Fry, that Fry relays it to it's going to be George Godsey. So I want everyone to take that in because I've been telling y'all this for quite some time. So yeah, George Godsey confirmed is the play caller for the Miami Dolphins, and it makes sense, right? Because he's actually experienced at calling plays at this level, whereas Studesville kind of a rookie at it. So there you go. Now, the biggest topic of the day is clearly the captains that were named, and this is Jesse Davis, Matt Collins, Landon Roberts, Jason McCourty, Clayton Fledglam are the team captains for the Miami Dolphins this year. And everyone started absolutely losing it because Tua isn't a team captain. Well, I'm gonna say something to this, okay? First of all, Mac Jones isn't the team captain in New England. And yet Zach Wilson is the team captain in New York. You know why? Because New York's a shitty franchise right now in terms of there's not a lot of talent. First of all, the most talented guy in the room does not mean is the captain. It's just a leader. Okay. Second of all, if it was the most talented guys in the room, where's Xavier Howard and Emmanuel Ogba on this list? You know what I mean? Now I'm actually surprised that Landon Roberts is captain over a guy like Jerome Baker. And I'm not even talking about talent wise. You know, Jerome Baker been in the room. He's one of the longer tenured Dolphins when you think about it. Jesse Davis, I'm not really surprised because he's kind of arguably our best offensive lineman. You know, him or Hunt probably. Jason McCourty, yeah, he hasn't done anything with us, but he doesn't. No one knows what Brian Flores expects more than him with this as players and with this defense. Plus, he's a long tenured player in the NFL. Clayton Fledglam, I believe, was a captain last year as well because special teams, obviously. And then Mac Hollins. Like, I'm not really concerned about. I'm not really concerned about this at all. You know, it is what it is on this in terms of like, you know, I know our quarterback is a leader. Do I really care that he's not being showered with praise and a C? Like, go buy him a C off Patch Vibes, use my code, and send it to him. I just think that too much of a issue is being made out of this. I really do. And I don't know. I think it's just like I think it's just definitely, you know, I knew when this happened today, everyone would blow up and lose their mind, you know. And I mean, I don't know. The other thing is too the coaches didn't pick this; it's teammates, right? So I know people might say, "Oh, well, it's a popularity contest. Obviously, he's not the most popular guy if he didn't select it." You know, I would rather Tua earn it. This is something I want Tua to earn. Go out there, ball out, and show on the field that you're a leader. So I don't got to hear from any of these people about him. So I mean, I'm not stressing this. I know people are losing it, you know. But I'm not. I'm okay with it. I know this was the hot subject. Um but why? Why does it matter? I just I think this is just literally another um another minuscule issue that people are trying to blow up because they got nothing to talk about. So I don't know. I'm not losing my mind over it. I really am not. I mean, it is what it is. Now I know some people are like, "Oh, well, it's not a big deal," but it's even weird. You know what I mean? Is it though? I mean, Jesse Davis has been a leader to all these rookies for how many years? You know what I mean? I'm actually surprised Jerome Baker wasn't named one, to be honest with you. And Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson named captains. I mean, those teams aren't very good. They don't have a lot of talent. You know what I mean? Now, is this another PR slip up where they could have shown how behind Tua Tagovailoa they are? And yes, I do say that. Like, you could have, people are still saying, oh, well, maybe it's because they're going to trade for Watson. You know what I mean? You're not helping or doing anything to kind of kill the noise by something like this going on, right? And automatically, guys like Tua Tagovailoa and Jerome Baker are going to be, their leadership's going to be called into question. And you got to remember Jesse Davis, Atlanta Roberts, Clayton Fletcher, 3 of these 5 guys, they were captains last year. So it's just Hollins and McCourty. So, I don't know. I think it's just another big issue. Sorry, another small issue people are trying to make big. And even still, here is I want to show you guys exactly what Matt Collins had to say about it today. This is what Matt Collins had to say about Tua and the captain and the leader.
Those questions are probably come, why isn't he a captain? That's just how just because you're a quarterback or just because you're this doesn't mean you have to be the captain and you have to be this. Tua's an excellent leader, exceptional leader. And the transformation he's made from last year to this year is incredible. And I think you all have seen that in his, like, how calm he feels in the pocket now versus last year. If you put a clip side by side, the changes he's made are really like night and day. And that goes to leadership. It's not like his arm just magically got 10 times better. It went to his confidence and his ability to lead and feel comfortable in the huddle.
So even Mac Hollins is sitting there, a captain is telling you it's not, has no knock on his leadership, and it really doesn't matter if he's a captain or not. Quarterbacks are leaders by nature, anyways. So, I mean, I know media outlets are trying to make an issue out of this today and such, and it's just like, enough. I'm gonna spit something to you guys, and I want you to follow me along with me here. So I've been thinking about things the past couple of days in terms of week 1 offensively. And is it a coincidence that when you remember they announced on that Thursday, the final day of practice a couple of weeks ago, that the Friday open practice to the public was now getting moved inside, and then that was the end of public practices. Since then, what's happened? All of a sudden, all these guys offensively have gotten healthy, and it seems too coincidental. Like, I was being told, and I was telling all of you guys, Will Fuller, Albert Wilson, they were healthy, they were ready to go, but the team was just sitting on them, right? And all of a sudden, they get healthy, and it's as soon as the fans are being kicked out, well, not kicked out, but open practice to the fans are finished, and now they're going inside, and they're doing the real installs, because what people were seeing at training camp wasn't the real deal in terms of everything you're going to see on Sundays, right? Install wise. And now all these guys get healthy. I just got a feeling. I have a real feeling that they're going to try and bring an efficient offense that can shell shock the New England Patriots. And what I mean by that is this. I have a feeling they're going to come out and they're going to look for a big play right off the bat. I think they're going to try to put them down 7-0 real quick, let their defense do their thing, get the ball back, and then go into that RPO, quick rhythmic offense, and just slice and dice them down the field, which small chunks here, small chunks there, all adding up, and then taking time off the clock. Kind of what they did to us last year in terms of when they're with Cam Newton and they're running the read option, right? When they're running the read option on us, what they were doing was they were just killing us. They would read option, then RPO, read option, then RPO, right? And what it was doing was killing us with small chunks at a time. And we only had like 2 or 3 possessions in the first half last year in week 1. I think the game plan is get ahead of them right off the bat with a big play, shell shock them, put the pressure on Mac Jones right away. Now Mac Jones has to come out, shut down the run, and they're down right away. So now the pressure's on Mac even more. And then hit in that RPO. And I don't think we're going to run a ton of read option. RPO, quick hit, quick rhythmic offense, and just slice and dice them, death by 1,000 cuts down the field. I really think that's what they're going to try and do. Because, I mean, you look at what Alabama used to do with Tua, right? They used to come out and one of the first 2 or 3 plays, they used to try to hit Ruggs or Judy, one of those guys, deep and take the top off right out of the gate. So I think now let's hope if they go deep, whoever they go deep to catches the football. So I think that's what they're going to try to do. I think they're going to try and get an early head start on them. And I'll talk about this more in depth on my preview show on Friday. They're going to try and get the head start on them. And then, bam, death by 1,000 cuts, lean on the defense. So, yeah, I've just been thinking about how it was just such a coincidence. Such a coincidence that they shut down training camp to the public and then all these guys start practicing again. Because I think they were itching to get to it. I think they said, okay, enough of this screwing around. Like, let's prepare. And I think, because, I mean, look at the matchups. They're nightmares. I mean, you're going to be forcing teams to one-on-ones. You go 10-man personnel. You bring out, well, I guess you can't bring out Fuller this week, but you bring out Wilson. You bring out DVP. You bring out Waddle. And you bring out Godsey, or you add speed with Grant. And then you have Salvon Ahmed or Gaskin out of the backfield. Then you run the running back on a wheel route or an angle route, whatever the case may be. And all of a sudden, all that speed that's out there on the field, how do you defend that? Like, literally, how do you defend that? And then when Fuller comes back, again, how do you defend that? You can't just spread them out so they can't double team and you can get your mismatches. That's all you got to do. And then you find a Waddle or a Wilson in open space. All of a sudden that 15-yard completion turns into 65, 70 yards. Like, think about this. When Will Fuller is healthy, okay? When Will Fuller is healthy, if you were to put Fuller, Waddle, Wilson, and Jakeem Grant out there in a 10-man personnel package as your 4 receivers, you would literally need 4 defenders that can run 4 threes to keep up with those guys. Where are you finding that? And then Ahmed runs like a 4-4. So if you have Ahmed out of the backfield and he's a linebacker. You know, a linebacker is picking him up. Good luck to that linebacker. He's gonna get blow right by him on a wheel route. So my point is, you know, even if you take Jakeem Grant out of the situation, now we got 3 guys out there. The defense needs 3-4-3 guys. Who's got that? No one's got that. That's what's kind of crazy. Right? And if you blow them over the top right out of the gate, now they got to respect that. And now your death by 1,000 cuts works because you just kill them underneath. You just kill them underneath because the threat of you going over top of them again is a real thing. So, you know, you got to do what they do with the Kansas City Chiefs. Just live and die by that speed, man. So, and then, you know, you can kick Devontae inside and have him go up the seams with Gesicki. And, you know, how are you going to beat those guys up the seams? It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be really fun to watch. That's for sure. All right. Before I open it up to you guys, there is one article I wanted to go over in regards to an article Barry Jackson put out today. So let's go over this real quick and then I'll open it up to you guys, okay? All right. So, as he prepares for the first opening day start of his NFL career, Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is viewing Sunday's Patriots game through a unique prism. I try to put myself in a situation where I'm Bill Belichick, he said Wednesday. If I was Bill Belichick, what would I do to stop myself? Tagovailoa said the Patriots have a tough defense. You look at the resume of Coach Belichick, really good defenses. His plan Sunday, getting the ball out quick and letting my teammates make plays for us. He said there are different emotions this season compared with getting his first NFL start in the Dolphins' 7th game last season. He said there's excitement more so this year than last year. When I had my opportunity, there were butterflies coming off the hip injury last year. Mac Hollins said the change that Tagovailoa made from last season to this season is night and day. His communication with teammates. It's how he says it, Holland says. A lot of times as a rookie, you're a little hesitant to say things. You're 22 and talking to people 35. It's intimidating. He's understanding how to have those conversations without seeming timid or disrespectful. That's a fine line in this league, and he's done a great job at that. Dolphins rookie wide receiver Jalen Waddle isn't a big talker, at least in interviews. But what's far more important is that he's a good listener. Dolphins receiver coach Josh Grizzard said one of the things about the draft 6th overall pick has particularly impressed him beyond his speed and overall physical gifts. Compared to a lot of guys in this generation, he's open to learning from older guys and criticism and not taking it personally. Grizzard said, you could tell he's hungry and wants to improve. You see how he interacts with some of the older guys, Mac Hollins and Albert Wilson, about running or how this is going to play you, or how this guy is going to play you. Sorry. He's actually listening and trying to absorb what they're telling him and put it into his game. He's not one of those guys who says, I've got it. I went to Alabama. I did all this. He's eager to learn. There's an edge to him, but he's open to it. He brings it every day in practice. He's attentive in meetings. He's eager to do it the right way. He takes to coaching, takes to criticism. What stands out on the field with Waddle, according to Grizzard, is the speed and the change of direction, the toughness, and he has a good football intelligence to be able to absorb concepts. How does Waddle feel entering his first regular season game? Of course, I'm getting nervous. If you're not getting nervous, you shouldn't be playing. Grizzard said you can definitely tell that his chemistry with Tagovailoa, cultivated as Alabama teammates, carried over. Waddle on Wednesday was asked about a comment he made in the spring, asked by NFL Network long before the NFL draft, which quarterback he prefers between Tagovailoa and Mac Jones. Waddle said, I like Mac Jones, just my preference. Both of them are great QBs, but I love Mac. Waddle played with both quarterbacks at Alabama. Jones was drafted 15th overall by the Patriots and will be New England starter. Asked Wednesday why he made that comment, Waddle said, one is one you played with most recently going into the draft process. Tagovailoa said he and Waddle have never watched their Alabama tape together since Waddle joined the Dolphins. His biggest improvement is communication, Tagovailoa said. College Waddle, Jalen would just speak up here and there. He comes to the sideline after series and says, "This is why I'm running this route, and this is where I'm expecting the ball." It's not asking, it's telling. It shows his confidence. Austin Jackson remains on the COVID-19 list. The Dolphins say there's a chance he could play on Sunday, which would require 2 negative tests 24 hours apart, but they're preparing as if he won't be available. Offensive lineman Liam Eichenberg and Greg Little on a non-COVID illness return to practice and are options to replace Jackson if needed, but Eichenberg was limited. Receiver Preston Williams was also limited. Eichenberg, left tackle in Notre Dame, said he has taken only a couple of snaps at left tackle since the team started practicing in late July. Besides left guard and right tackle, he said he also has taken snaps at center. I joked with Jesse Davis, I'm going down his path, Eichenberg said. He's played every position. Eichenberg said he's not sure if he'll be needed to play on Sunday. Don't make that joke, Eichenberg. If you turn out to be Jesse Davis and we traded up for you, good God almighty. Oh. For a vote of the players who submitted their names for consideration, the Dolphins named Davis and Hollins team captains on offense. Jesse Davis and Mac Hollins, obviously. Atlanta Robertson, Jason McCourty, the defensive captains, and Clayton Fledgling, the special teams captain. I mean, look at that. Jason Sanders isn't even special teams captain, and he's one of the best kickers in the NFL. It's unclear if Tagovailoa submitted his name for consideration. It's unusual, but not unprecedented for a quarterback not to be captain. Just because you're a quarterback doesn't mean you have to be captain, Holland said. Tua is an exceptional leader. I also, side note, I believe there's a couple years where Tom Brady wasn't the captain in New England, too. Jalen Phillips said he didn't notice a depth chart that was him on the third team. Depth charts are just names on paper, he said. On Sunday, we will see who plays where and how that goes down. Phillips, who's dropping into pass coverage more now that he's playing linebacker, said, I didn't drop too much at Miami where he played. Yeah, I only dropped a couple times, but he did. Where he played defensive end. I'm kind of getting used to it again. I feel good. He said adjusting to the NFL has been a constant battle to learn as much as I can. Now, I know a lot of people for some reason are really worried about Jalen Phillips in his role, considering where he was drafted. Guys, Liam Eichenberg's the one to worry about right now, okay? This guy's out here saying he's going to be taking the path of Jesse Davis. We need to have a conversation, Liam. We need to have a serious conversation. All right, I'm gonna drop the link. I'll open it up for about 45 minutes to you guys. 355 of you in that room. In the room right now. Go ahead, smash that like button. You guys, shout out to all my Patreons and my members. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so through Super Chat. You can also use paypal.me/Phinside. Become a Phinside the NFL Patreon. I should have some news going up tomorrow for the Patreons. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Also, when the All 22 arrives back on Game Pass, you guys will get first access, like the YouTube members, towards those film studies. And shout out to the YouTube members. If you want to become a YouTube member, you can get a badge by your name. You can get emojis to use in the comments. And the YouTube membership is right next to the subscribe button. Link is also in the comments. Sorry, in the description section as well. Patchvibes.com. Use code Phinside to save 20% off your order. If you want to put a little captain badge on your Tua jersey, patchvibes.com got the captain patches, so go check them out. Backroomcollections.net. Use code reason, save 10% off your order. I will be getting my canvas on Monday, so I'll be able to show you guys exactly the quality. And then Thrive Fantasy, use code Phinside at thrivefantasy.com. They will match your up to your first $100 deposited, and they have a big tournament starting this weekend where $20K will be given to the winner this weekend. Fantasy prop betting, no one does it better than Thrive Fantasy, so go check them out. All right, I got a couple of you guys backstage. Give me a sec here. And I'll get back to shouting out all the Patreons and members when I do my preview show on Friday. All right. Logan, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good.
What are you eating, bro?
Chicken, rice.
Attaboy.
Yeah,
Attaboy.
I just got home from work, so I'm like,
Nice.
Yeah, man. This whole Tua nonsense not being captain, I knew it was coming. But the guy refused to put his name. And since we're all speculating on why that is, I mean, my personal thoughts on the matter is this guy's so humble. I feel like he's just like, I didn't do anything in the NFL yet, so like I'm not gonna try to put a C on my chest until I do it first. And that's just how I think he's thinking, and why it is like that's just why I think he refused it, right? Because there was reports saying he refused it, and they were like putting names in the hats or something.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I can only go by like what I read. So,
Pyro.
Pretty much what Logan saying. What's up, everybody?
Oh, I'm surprised he didn't say Najee Harris would have been captain if he was on the team.
Well, that's a guarantee. Najee don't have to put his name in the hat. But I just think like what I kind of agree with Logan. I just think Tua, like we all know he's humble, and I just think that he kind of wants to earn his place on the team in a way. Because with all these rumors and stuff swirling around with him, I guess that's a little more motivation for him to do better in the season. That's my thoughts on that.
Irving, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Reason? Can't complain, man. How's everybody here?
Would Watson be captain if he was on this team?
Probably. Yeah. Brian Flores wouldn't even think twice.
Yeah,
I got to
Flores will stitch the C on his jersey personally.
Oh man.
No, Watson, let me.
Let me do the pleasure.
Chrome Dome, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up? Yeah, I shaved it. It's not actually that short. It's just when it gets short, it's kind of I got blondish hairs that don't show up. But yeah, what's going on, man? The show yesterday was fire, bro. It was a dope panel, by the way. And my one quick thought, if you want to know my full thing, check out my video I just posted up on my channel. But my quick thought is it doesn't really matter. The only context I think that it would matter in is if they traded for Deshaun Watson. That's the only thing. And even then, it's still a super small part of the overall picture. So I don't care about it. I think it's kind of silly and it's a little weird, whatever. But he's shown the leadership, and that's what I care about. So.
Yep. That's yeah, man. I don't care, man. The captain designation to me, that's the least of what I want. Is that's the least of my concerns. The least of that's just like way down the list. To me, Tua plays the most important position in all football. He's the commander of this offense. He's the leader. On the field, he's gonna be the guy he's gonna be the leader in the huddle. He's gonna be the guy that he's gonna lead the troops. So I don't really care about the whole captain designation. He'll earn it in time.
Yeah,
I got
Darren.
you can't ask.
Daryl, I just want to keep in. I got a couple other guys I got to bring up here. I just want to get them, and then you can go off. Daryl, what's going on, buddy?
All is well on my end. What's up, guys? I hope everybody's doing all right on their side of the world as well. But nevertheless, as far as Tua goes, I mean, regardless of who got selected as captain or not, him not being selected as captain doesn't make him any less of a leader than the guys who were selected as captains. So, for all those people who are making a big deal out of this, which I'm surprised to hear that people are actually making a big deal out of it, just leave them, just leave them where they are. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what the Dolphins are going to do, and Sunday cannot come quick enough because I'm really excited to see this young man put a lot of people on notice that he is the real deal, and I really do believe in this young man. And,
I'm coming for asses, bro.
I was getting ready to say
I'm coming for asses, bro. I'm getting apologies throughout the YouTube community. You're going to be coming in the abundance. Ennis Campbell, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on? I just wanted to say this real quick. Like, if y'all look at the people that were selected as captains, they've been on in the NFL.
Talent clearly didn't play a
Bunch of yes
factor
men.
in our captains.
A bunch of yes men.
It wasn't about
Yeah,
talent.
man.
These guys been in the league longest on our team. So if you look at the captains from last year, it was Fitzpatrick, McCain, Van Hoy, Fedulum. Those guys been in the league the
Davis
longest on
and
the
Roberts.
roster.
Davis and
Right.
Roberts. Too.
Right. So that's what it was. Those guys been in the league. McCourty got it. Think about it. McCourty
What a
didn't even play the
coink!
game.
What a coinky dink that another ex-Patriots player gets captaincy.
Well,
Right.
there's two of them.
Right.
Two of them.
This
This
Landon
election
Roberts
was
and
rigged.
McCourty.
This election was rigged,
Yeah.
bro.
Landon
Oh,
Roberts
God.
and McCourty. So there's two Patriots.
Oh, Tua wants to be captain? Throw his name in the hat full of McCourties.
But Eldon Roberts was in it last year. He was a captain last year.
Yeah, and what has Landon Roberts done? The guy was a backup his whole career. Like, give me a break.
All right, that's what I said. You have
He's
to
a
take
Flores
from
guy
what
now.
it was last year. All the guys last year that was captains been in the
Fucking-
league the longest on the roster. Same as this year.
We're playing Clayton Fledgling like $3 million to be captain on special teams. Good
Yeah,
job.
man.
I'm surprised Jerome
comment.
Baker was named captain.
That actually surprised me the most, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Red
Yep.
comment. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much.
Tell us about what's going on with the Washington football team.
I want to know about the
Yeah,
Bengals.
right.
Talk about
Past
the
couple days,
Bengals.
been busy.
Around the NFL.
Yeah, around the NFL with red comment.
See,
Around
I
the
know.
NFL with Rick coming.
He's gonna start that show. So what's
I know, for real.
my whole thing with like a Landon Roberts and Jerome Baker actually, like, I feel like if it was a popularity contest, Jerome Baker would have been named captain. Because I know a lot of people, like a lot of players like him, and a lot of the fans like have this undying love for him for whatever reason. And
Yeah, it's weird.
it's just kind of
He's a good
like
dude,
it's like,
but-
oh yeah, the players voted all the ex-Patriots on the team to be captains. It's like,
But you
Oh
know
my
what?
God.
He's such a darling towards the Miami fan base. That whole "Where's my mama? Where's my mom?" That I think
Yeah.
that thing just really kind of cement.
but you
And
know,
I mean,
I don't
because-
put much stock in the captain because how many of them got canned last year? You know, Van
Yeah,
Noy got
yeah,
canned.
Van Noy.
all
Yep.
of them, they're all gone, right? Like almost, or
Almost,
a bunch of several of them. Yeah, no, I mean, and he's a good dude. He's a good dude. You know, he does stuff in the community and whatever Baker does. So I get it from a personal standpoint, like that's cool. But from a player standpoint, it's a little different. They definitely overpaid for the player, but
See, I think Dylan's onto something here. I think the worst
other
player,
Dylan.
or Dylon, top 5 rappers of all time, Dylon. But I think he's onto something here. It's like a participation trophy. They put the C on your, on your. I don't get it,
Yeah, being,
The gold star.
being a teacher's pet, technically, if that makes sense.
bro.
I
I'm sorry. I'm
Well, they should
voting
have made
for.
Noah.
I'm
a
voting for
captain.
Jalen Waddle before I'm voting for Mac Hollins being a leader
Oh,
on
jeez.
Bro, if,
offense. I'm sorry.
Dylan, if Noah becomes a cat, I swear to God, I'm
Oh,
done
yeah.
with this team. I'm done.
I'm just saying it with the trend, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh
that-
my
Oh, bro,
God.
you'll use special teams captain as the third string kick returner next year. No problem, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the guys who
funny.
were selected to be captain on paper are just that, guys who were chosen as captain on paper. When
I
the
mean,
game
they're
is
gonna-
on the line, you know,
they're gonna
and,
do the coin
the
toss.
I
ball
mean,
gets
yeah, that's
kicked
it.
off,
That's all. That's
you
all.
know, when the ball
mean,
gets
all-
kicked off, we all know who the most important players are. So,
All we
you
need
know.
these
Bro.
guys to know is to differentiate between heads and tails,
Mhm.
whether
And
they're
then-
kicking or receiving. Okay.
and which
Bro.
way you
Which
want
way
to
you
take
want-
the ball? Yeah.
and can you tell where the wind is blowing? Okay.
I'm
Lick a finger.
I'm telling you how they decide the captains is they play musical chairs and whoever wins they just get it.
Well, it should be
Yeah.
all linemen then.
Yeah, really, eh?
Yeah.
The crazy thing is,
Dude.
Jesse Davis, I actually understand because he, in a scary way, he might be our best offensive.
Oh my god.
Well, see,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
So
Is
to-
that
And
bad?
he has the most experience if you really think
But
about
I
it.
don't care about C's. I care about
longest
W's.
tenured. Well, to the more serious topic, that offensive line is more my concern for sure than this whole captain situation. Like, because it was already a bit murky going into things, and now with Austin Jackson out and and right, like so.
I mean, he's a
okay,
traffic cone anyway, so who cares?
yeah,
Just
but Greg
start
Little's
Liam
not
Eichenberg.
exactly. Well,
Just
yeah,
start
but
Liam Eichenberg.
even if you
That's
do,
what I'm
though,
saying.
he's
Put him in
battling
there.
injuries. So is he going to be that effective?
Oh, he might be more effective than Greg Little.
Greg
Well,
Little
that's
forgets to
that's the other
stand
thing,
up,
'cause
and
he's not
he
very good
forgets to
either.
like move when the
Bro,
ball is
he
snapped.
Both
forgets
of
his
them-
Yeah.
hand placement. He forgets
Both of
his
them are
hand
black and
placement.
dummy.
You see, he gets
Like
blown.
literally, Greg Little is the Spider-Man meme of Austin Jackson. All right, like literally, that's what they are. That's what they are. Like at least Liam Eichenberg might give me Doctor Doom or Doc Ock or something like that. So get
Oh
him.
God.
Yeah, at least
I
Eichenberg
don't
gets in the
know.
way.
I don't know, man, but we're 3 days away, so
Yep.
it's literally right around the corner. It is a tough defensive front, man. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how the
Oh, yeah.
offensive line hands up.
They don't seem that concerned about it. They don't even have anybody coming in.
The organization doesn't seem concerned.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
am.
you know damn well they shouldn't have said
That's the they.
Yeah, did you see all the
Yes.
visits? They had all these visits this
Yeah,
week, and
that's all.
none are offensive.
Not
tackle.
one tackle.
I saw your tweet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they don't look too concerned. So
They did bring in that one veteran.
maybe they know something we don't.
Hart,
or are they
Hart,
doing
the
this
Hart,
on purpose?
Hart's trash, bro. Like he will
Well-
never be anything more than a practice squad player. Bobby Hart, he is not good, bro.
Yeah, well, so again, their answer is
I think they're just doing
bargain
this on
bin,
purpose.
baby, bargain bin. Let's
I don't
go.
know, bro. I mean, they're not even
but-
going to bargain bin anymore. It's like
But my
No.
problem is they have
Walmart. Now
one
they're going to Walmart.
No,
and just picking
Kmart,
guys
man.
off
no,
the
I think
shelf.
worse.
I think it's
Nah,
more
they're
like,
going to Dollar Tree.
The flea
no, not
market.
even. No, bro, not even. They're walking down the street and trying to like find a roadside sell off, right? A garage sale or something.
So you
and
talking about the
it's-
landfill? They're going to the landfill.
The junkyard.
They brung in
I
two
mean,
vets.
They're-
I don't know.
The Dolphins
On the practice
currently
squad
are the
to keep
guys
them.
you see on your street that come driving down the street in their big truck on garbage day, and they start picking through your garbage when it's like you could put chairs and tables and everything out. They're those guys right now.
they're the people that picks up the
Yeah, they're
dirt,
taking
Yeah.
they're
beat up-
taking the overly stained mattress that you wouldn't want anyone to take off here.
They get they say, oh, I can fix this with a little bit of elbow
Oh,
grease.
just a little,
Gross.
just a little Mr. Clean white stick, and it'll be out.
Just a little bit of elbow grease. I can just buff this right out.
Nah.
It's like you put a UV light on that bitch, and you won't want
Nah.
to hear it.
But
That's not bad.
soak it in gasoline and light it on fire.
Yeah.
Like no,
It's just weird, man. It's just weird. Are they doing this on purpose? I feel like they're doing this on purpose.
I
See,
feel
now
like
you-
they're really. I feel like they're really cheap, and they don't want to pay in terms of a trade what it's actually going to cost.
Logan, I think they're doing this on purpose.
No,
I think
bro.
they're
You
doing
wouldn't
it
be
on purpose.
you
I
wouldn't
was
be
the first
sabotaging
one.
it.
Ugh,
Look at this guy leaking in here. This TD effect over here from Dylan. All right, like
No, look, that was totally
Yo,
a stir the
you-
pot moment, but I am
you would
totally
not
laughing
you
at
would
it
not
right now.
you would not sabotage your season like that because you could lose your job.
Well, I do think it's stupid, but egos have done dumb things.
Greer,
before,
look at
so-
Greer. When he makes a trade, he never wants to quote unquote overpay or lose on in a trade, right? They dangled Jakeem Green out there thinking they were going to catch like some massive tuna on the hook, or you're like, you know what I mean? I just don't. I don't think they. I don't think they want to spend the resources or overspend on the resources.
They
for
already,
an
Then why,
offensive
they
lineman.
already did
why
it
they
with
trade
him.
up for Eichenberg then?
Yeah, they already
Well,
did
that
it
was
with
only a
the
third round pick, right? They traded up
Yeah.
into the fourth for Solomon Kinley as well.
And at
Yeah,
that point, they was
that's-
panicking too. They was kind of panicking. in a
Yeah,
way.
because the run on it started with Tevin Jenkins when it went at like what 38 or 39.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's their own fault, man, because their other prioritizing, whatever their other priorities weren't right. So
tight end.
Realistically, should you have taken Jalen Phillips or should you have taken a guy like Christian Darrisaw at 18? I mean, should you have traded up or should you have taken the boy that I was talking about for months and months and months, Sam Cosme at 50?
The Jalen Phillips pick doesn't really bother me too much because we don't have too much pass rushers.
You
So.
could have got Sam Cosmi, who plays right and left tackle, and these guys preach they love versatility. And you go and get a guy who's only played left tackle, other than his freshman year when he lost the battle when he was battling for the right tackle position, and they got shifted to left tackle after. I mean, the guy has no experience there, and you're like, oh, it'll work.
Yeah. I mean, my thing with Phillips is it's definitely not his talent. It's never been his talent. It's just that, one, he's a rookie, so there is the learning curve. Two, they are using him more as a linebacker than he has in the past. And three, he is battling some minor injuries. So, I'm not sure how effective he's going to be in his rookie season. I hope he's, effective and can rack up some sacks, but I don't know. The factors, I just think people should temper, because people are calling for that he's going to be defensive rookie of the year. I'd love it, but I just don't know if it's realistic.
It's all about how they use him. That's about how they use him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
if they let him just focus on rushing the passer, then he can put up Chase Young. He can put up Chase Young type numbers.
And that's what I think they should do too.
They're making it too complicated for him, man.
They're not going to.
He's a rookie. They're not
gonna though. Yeah.
You're not letting him do what he's done best, and that's pin his airback. You're making him go into coverage and shit.
Too much versatility oriented.
They didn't do it with the other Fitzpatrick that we let go.
Yeah. I mean, look, they say that they like to bring their draft picks along slowly, but that's not necessarily the case, right? I mean, they are putting a lot on his plate. They put a lot on Holland's plate, and he's answered the bell pretty much, right? But, they do put a lot on these guys' plates, even really early. I mean, Eichenberg has had to play, at least 3 different positions or whatever at this point.
Fins for life. Brian Flores and Chris Greer are giving nobody information, so whatever this information coming from is all bullshit. That's the worst take anyone can have, and that's the definition. That's the definition of ignorance. Players talk, positional coaches talk, executives talk, people in the front office talk. These are facts.
That was a big old take right there.
Like they do not make people sign NDAs when they leave the facility after every day and say you can't talk about what we did today at work.
There is a flow of information.
Sure. think of how did Omar Kelly report back in October that they were taking calls on Xavier Howard, and then it comes out this summer that not only were they taking calls on Xavier Howard conveyed to them that he was okay with being traded because clearly Xavier Howard talked. Clearly Xavier Howard talked to Omar last October. So that is not a good, for example, trades and facilitating trades. You don't think player personnel people besides Chris Greer and everything are in the know? So
no, it doesn't make sense.
The fact that a lot of you buy into this whole Fort Knox, nothing leaks out, it's cute, it's adorable, but it's literally unbelievable in terms of it's impossible to stop information from leaking. I mean, how did I know they were trying to trade up for Wirfs and were the reason why Buccaneers had to move up one spot? And then multiple examples of information I've been right on, like the whole Xavier Howard situation, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
when I was told by Deshaun Watson about Deshaun Watson, no, it's dead, it's not happening. And then the next day it comes out that the Texans are moving forward with him on the 53-man roster. Shit leaks.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's not all unintentional either. Some of it is planned leaks.
Well, you know what it is, Dylan? You could be, let's say me, you, and Logan are friends, and we all come up the executive. No, but I'm talking about we've come up the NFL ladder together, okay?
Yeah.
Let's say you work for the Eagles, Logan works for the Colts. Dude, right. And we all know each other, right? But let's say I'm having a conversation with Dylan and we're just shooting the shit. It's on the weekend. We're having a couple scotches or whatever, and we're shooting the shit. And then one of us gets on the horn with you, and we all know each other on the same level. We're all cool with each other, on the same level. There's no one I like this guy more than whatever. So I know that what me and Logan talked about, I can talk about with you.
Yeah.
You're right. And then that continues on and on and on and on and on, bro. Like,
yeah, because there's conversations, bro.
Yeah,
There's
man.
conversations. There's relationships, and of course,
Yeah.
there's a flow of information. I mean, to think otherwise is, as you said, ignorant. It doesn't make any sense.
And
But,
ignorant's not a bad word. Some people think like ignorant means you're calling them an asshole. That just means uneducated, uninformed. Like,
yeah,
that's all that
I
means.
mean, if it's a bad thing when you choose not to learn and grow, right? If you choose to remain ignorant, then you're an asshole. I'll say it. But
Naive's a good word too.
Naive.
Yeah. I mean, well, because all it implies is lacking in knowledge and information, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you get informed and then update your evaluations, it's all good.
Agree.
And and the cop out for people, oh well, the Deshaun Watson stuff didn't happen, so it was all rumors and nothing was true. Man, fuck out of here, okay? I've been told privately by multiple people, multiple fucking reputable people that are even got over 100,000 followers on social media and are labeled as NFL insiders, that if the allegations never hit, Deshaun Watson would be a Miami Dolphin right now.
100%.
So I mean, that's another cop out I hate. Oh, it never happened. Yeah. So, like, give me a break. Like, look at this. Jakeem Grant was never traded, but I reported he was being dangled in trades, and then it came out when he restructured that we were trying to trade him. Yeah. So it never happened, but it was reported.
Yeah, I mean, those are people who don't live in a nuanced world, because in a nuanced world, multiple things can be true at once. So, yeah. I mean, that's it.
100%, bro.
Yeah. So, like, hey, but albeit, even though I reported it, I was one of the people that I said I want to roll with Tua. So I'm happier than a pig in shit of how it's all worked out.
Yeah. I'll catch you guys later, right?
All right, take it easy.
All right, take it easy, man.
See you later.
Take it easy.
Yeah. I mean, on that note, I'm pumped for this game, man. I just can't wait to see how it goes. I'm ready to have one in the books so we can do a little bit better of an evaluation on what we think this team is going to be for the long haul.
Well, we're going to learn right away.
My boss gave me Sunday off, so I get to watch it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, get ready. Get ready.
Late game, though, man. I'm, like, shocked that we got a 4:25 slot.
Yeah.
I'm still not over it.
Still pretty early for me. It's only about 1 o'clock for me. West Coast. Woo.
That's so weird. 10 a.m. football.
That's the only thing. Well, the London game is going to be like dick early in the morning for me. Like, it's going to be like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. here, so
it's going to be stupid early in the morning. Like,
I'm probably going to oversleep on that shit. Wake up, it'd be like third quarter.
Bro, I'm a late
Trevor Lawrence,
person.
500 yards.
I stay up till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning every day.
Oh man, I gotta go live for that game.
I'm a night person. Yeah.
Early, bro. Listen, we won't mind if you skip that game. It'll be our little secret.
Oh, my wife's gonna be pleased when I tell her she got to get up at like 8 o'clock.
Are you Central Time or
super early?
No, I'm Eastern. I'm Eastern. But my wife on the weekends doesn't get out of bed before 9 a.m. Wow. I get up with the kids at like 6:37.
Man, yeah, that London game is gonna be brutal.
It's gonna be early, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'll probably take a nap afterwards.
After that stream, I'm definitely taking a nap.
Stay up all night. Screw it at that point.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I'll probably just end up staying up all night. It's because I would have to wake up at like 5:30 or something.
I can't stay up all night anymore, man. I'm on like a 5 a.m. schedule. I wake up. 5.
How do you go to bed at 9:30? It's bedtime.
8 o'clock. That's my bedtime, man. But I love
like
this
me.
show.
I'm up at,
and I love talking about
5:30, and I don't go to bed till 2 o'clock. You just get used to it. It's just
I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, get ready, go to the gym, then go to work. Work all day.
Even in my Navy days, when I had to wake up at like 6 o'clock every day because of work, or when I was working construction, I still stay up late. I'd still it's hard for me to go to bed before midnight. So
I'm the same way, Dylan.
I'm a night owl. I'm a night owl.
I used to be the night owl, but
yeah.
Yep.
So
that's when I watched all my film.
Yeah. You know that song. Lonely Stoner in the Night or whatever. I can't remember the actual lyrics. Lonely frees himself at
Lonely
night. Lonely Stoner seems to free
freezes
himself at
mine.
night.
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like my anthem, bro. Like it's me, hitting the whatever, chilling at night with music, doing my thing. Like it's my anthem. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. Thank the Lord. It was getting a little out of control. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually super unusual for me too. I've only done it like 3 times in my entire life. So
I'm going to man bun.
Jesus.
Because I always work for corporate places.
Gross.
So I had to get like short beard. Dude, I'm doing a wizard's beard man bun, man. Just
you kind of give me this Radagast vibe right now. I'm not gonna lie, but like, yeah, why would you do the man bun? I don't know. I could never be on board.
Just
with
because it's funny, and if it looks terrible, I'll just cut it off.
that. Yeah.
I don't know. You look like you can play a part in the thing. Like you one of the scientists. I don't know. I'm just getting the vibes from you.
I mean, hey, do it, man. I did it there for a few months.
I binge watched the thing. Okay, calm down. It was last week. Getting that Halloween spirit.
We can tell with the picture that you have up.
Well,
you be all right, Paro. You
Is
be
that
okay, bro.
Myers?
Yeah, Mike Myers. He's had it for like months.
Myers.
I got it because it was funny because he's sitting in the backseat of a car, and I just thought it was funny. He's sitting in the backseat of a car.
Football.
Sorry, but I have the best avatar.
To a Jesus holding a dolphin.
I like that. That is.
You need the left arm of God, buddy.
You need to crop Matt Jones' head on that dolphin.
That is fantastic.
Fuck that. I'm not putting that ugly bastard on my.
You saw the Bleacher Report's animation of him, bro. Oh my god, he looks like he got Down syndrome.
Who?
Did you see Tua Tagovailoa in that?
Yeah.
With the list of complaints, it's like, guys, I played 9 games.
I only played 9 games.
I saw the video of Mac Jones dancing recently, and that dude has no rhythm whatsoever.
Dude, you know what pictures always piss me off? The one of Tua, Jalen Hurts, and Mac Jones standing together in the locker room with Mac and his shirt off, and he's got a cigar. What are you celebrating? They won the national championship. You didn't do anything, bro.
I know.
Like you were literally like third. You were literally the third string. What are you smoking on cigar for, bro?
I was wondering when that picture was taken.
Still gets a ring.
It was after the first national championship, I believe.
Oh my god! I don't know why he got his shirt off too.
Yeah, he's a lumpy. But that's the thing, though, right? He's lumpy for sure. But that's the thing, though, is he's not gonna be expected to be super mobile or like any of that. I really believe that they're gonna try at least to use him in a Brady-esque manner, and then lean on the run game. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, they're betting.
I can't wait for Dylan.
We're gonna win.
I just can't wait for him to fall flat on his face this season. I want to hear the excuses these media folks will have for him.
Oh, they'll give him excuses.
You know damn well they're not going to drag him through the mud like they did too.
But see, that's the thing, though, is we expect that, and I just don't. Frankly, if I'm being real, I don't care. Like, I mean, I want him to fail from the perspective of that he's our rival, and especially since we have to play him twice. But whether he's successful outside of that or not, I really don't care. If I'm just keeping it 100, like, as long as we beat him, that's all I care about.
Well, I care because he's in the same division.
Yeah,
well, I know, but to and you said this doesn't really apply to quarterbacks, but like I would love to see the AFC East be the most dominant and competitive division, and I don't care if
I don't
the Bills win it 1 year and we win it 1
I just
year.
want us to dominate the division.
Yeah,
I know. Look,
give a shit about everybody else.
I know it's super weird. And whatever. And most Dolphins fans just want to dominate. But I actually really like the competition. And so, like, if we win it a couple years and then the Bills win it 1 year, then like I actually don't mind that as long as we're competitive and actually competing for it and winning it sometimes.
No,
I want a 30
years
in a row.
I know Dolphin fans want
Just
dynasty.
make it 30.
Yeah.
Like Tua is 60 years old and he's still throwing touchdown bombs.
Yeah. Tua's the GOAT, bitches.
because he really has the left hand of God, and he can play till he's 80. Let's just up it to 80.
And I think he's the closest thing you have towards a ceiling that's Tom Brady-esque in our division.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I certainly wouldn't be mad if we were dominant, right? I just like competition, so.
You're weird, Dylan.
We can have competition, just not with them. Like, they don't need to be.
Yeah.
You're going out here and saying you're okay with us winning a couple years, then Buffalo winning a couple years. I don't know
what is wrong with you, bro?
Buffalo can go straight.
Yeah, I'm like,
Buffalo.
I mean, I know it's a very strange take, but again, it's just because it's competition, and if that means that like
that's so weird.
Nah. But if that means that like us and the Bills and maybe one day the Jets or whatever, if the entire division is like super good and super competitive and we're all winning like 10+ games and stuff,
Dylan,
I think that's actually really
fucking sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
I'm gonna pull my beard out, man.
Everyone holding hands in the
AFC. Give him a Bob blast, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't think that's really even that bad of a thing.
I know what you're trying to say,
personally,
but
I just don't like it. But then
will not allow me to agree with you.
That's
I got a question for you. Do you honestly think the Patriots, after like 5 years of dominating, do you think, I want the Dolphins and the Jets and the Bills to have to beat us a couple of times?
No, but Pyro, just like you guys don't, agree with this take, I don't expect people to, like, it's fine. If people disagree, it's fine. Like, it's not that big a deal. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I want my team to win. So, like I said, even if
you
wanted
the Bills to win a couple.
No, that's not. No, I said I would be all right with it if we were still competitive and we were also winning championships on a regular basis. Like, I don't, because if we go 3 years in a row and we don't go ahead. If we don't have one 4 straight years, I'm not going to lose my mind because we haven't had championships at all. So I'm going to.
I don't want any of those bastards to win. I want us to win everything.
Well, and like I said,
every year, and it won't ever get boring. It will never get boring.
I want to come in there. I want to go in that stadium, dick swinging between my legs, and say, "I'm the father now."
You want to know why it'll never be boring? Because I watched them lose my entire life, and I am tired of it. And it will never get old when they start winning.
And we had
the
to
rest
sit
of
through
my
that.
life.
I agree.
And if you were old enough, you had to sit through the fucking Bills going the 4 straight Super Bowls. And then the 2000s hit. We got to deal with 20 fucking years of the New England Patriots. And for a little time in there too, we had to deal with Mark Sanchez and the Jets and that defense. I don't want nothing to do with any of those motherfuckers having success. I want them to struggle so mightily and us win 14, 15 games on average this season. Let's go.
Yeah,
exactly.
And like I said, when we play them,
like when I play Madden, against the computer, and I'm winning every fucking game. And I'm playing the Dolphins. That's what I want. It doesn't get old. It doesn't get old.
And that's why I'm happy they chose Mac Jones. Because again, people want to go, oh, everybody said they like Mac Jones better. Okay, if that's the case, then why was Tua starting all those years? And you get into Dylan's point, the Patriots are going to turn Mac Jones into Tom Brady-esque. Well, until he has the ability to mentally master the game, he's not there. Tua has those intangibles. Tua has the understanding and the knowledge. Mac Jones does not. He just doesn't. So I'm all for it. Keep starting him. Keep making him play like shit. And I'm for it. Let's do it.
Paul Carpenter has the right attitude. I want to go 6-0 in the division for the next 15 years.
Hell yeah.
No, but you gotta understand the context of my comments, because again, when we play them, I want to win against them every time.
Take the L, bro.
I also agree that I want to go 6-0 in the division.
He's going down fine.
In a situation, no, it's not an L. In a situation in which they win the division and we go to the wild card, I still want to beat them in the playoffs to then go.
I don't want
to the
them in
Super
the
Bowl.
division.
I'm just saying,
And I
if
get
it
what
happened,
Dylan's saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Dylan. The thing is us. We're so pissed off about the Patriots and everybody winning so much. We don't give a shit. We don't care. However we get it, we're gonna get it.
You want to know why? Because it's looking like the Bills are going to be the next Pats, and that pisses me off so much.
I think
it pisses me off.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much sympathy Dylan is showing to these rivals and stuff. It's like they talk so much shit about us. Do you honestly think I want to show them any mercy?
No,
Pyro. I think Dylan is feeling sorry for me as a Bears fan because we've been winning our division but no Super Bowl. I think that's what it is. So Dylan is
as a Bears fan,
everybody, bro.
But as a Bears fan, do you honestly want the Packers to compete with you?
Hell no.
Okay, then there you go. You understand.
I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, I guess if I'm used to being the odd one out for my opinion, so I'm not surprised by this at all. But look, if I'm considered weird because I want to see competitive games even with my division rivals, then fine, so be it.
I'd rather watch us win 72-0 every game.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
I'm ready for us to with the Patriot way. I'm ready for us to run up scores on other teams, like how Belichick was doing regularly to other teams.
Like when Brady was up 50 points and he's doing a QB sneak to get another touchdown. Like, why can't we
how
do
about
that?
this? How about this? Put
Remember
it like
that?
this. Put it like this. Let's say, and
I'm mad now.
follow along with me on this analogy. Let's say you like to do arm wrestling, okay? But let's say you have to go
over the top.
Hold on. Let's say you have to go up against Superman, or you're Superman, and you're always just winning every arm. It gets boring, bro.
No, it doesn't. You know what the fun part about it is? You know what the fun part is? Talking mad shit after I win.
Exactly.
And like Reason said, running up the score on people. That's when it's
arrogant
Pats
fans.
fun.
Look, I'm in Florida and I get made fun of for being a Dolphins fan. That's fucked up. And I am tired of it.
Exactly.
Agree.
Exactly.
You could still be very successful in.
How am I in Florida rooting for a Florida team get made fun of being a
bro? The freaking Buccaneers are talking shit about us, bro.
The Jags get shit on too, so.
That's arrogant.
Yeah, but they're also they're also only been in the league for like 25 years.
Yeah, but not only that, we want the attention, we want the talk, just like every fucking news outlet talks about Pats. Even though freaking Belichick hasn't shown shit since Brady left.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's
now
crazy?
All of a sudden, if we start winning, I want to hear about us for fucking the next 20 years. I'm tired of hearing about the Pats.
And this is how bad it is. This is how bad it
man.
is. Jags fans can actually drag us through the mud because of what they did to Marino in his last game. Because we haven't had very many playoff appearances since then.
Yeah, and look, there could simultaneously.
I remember that.
You got a good point, Reason. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can still be a good team and be the talked about team and so on and so forth, and still have tough matchups, right?
Yeah, sure. When I play the Ravens, I'm down for a tough matchup. We win. But fuck all these new teams in our division that have all young quarterbacks.
Pittsburgh.
I got a question
maybe
about
Browns.
that too.
Go ahead, Florida-born.
About the Ravens. Okay. I understand we have a problem with mobile quarterbacks. I completely understand. But I honestly feel like if we come out and shut down the Patriots run game, then I am completely confident we could beat the Ravens. They are hurt. They lost 2 running backs. Sammy Watkins has been injured. They lost Rashad Bateman. I feel like we could do the same thing to them that we're going to do with New England.
I mean, that's
way.
And not only that, the difference though is again knowing Mac Jones is not mobile. We can set the edge better and absolutely play that run game. But you can't do that the same way with the mobile quarterback, because if you're trying to set the edge, he's going to find the holes in the line and just run away. The thing is you can try to contain them all you want, but you still have to have the linebackers filling holes. If those gaps in the lanes in the pocket are still open, it's done. Forget about it. And that's the difference.
You can't tell me Alabama fans feel bored watching their team just stomp everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Tua didn't even play like 18 fourth quarters.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Like,
he sat down, bro.
Give me that all day.
Exactly.
But you know what's gonna help against a guy like Mac Jones is we naturally play like that single high shell, so we'll naturally have like 8 in the box to begin with. So that the only thing that sucks is the personnel at the second level, i.e., Baker, Roberts, and I don't know who they're gonna use on the other side against the run.
Well, I was just saying that just in
I would
general,
use Jalen.
our three linebackers should be.
I would use Jalen Phillips against the run.
Yeah, agreed. But that's where I think on that opposite side, Baker's on strong side and AVG is going to be on weak side.
Baker's weak side.
Oh, he is? Okay.
That's what he was last year. That's the role he was in.
Mm-hmm.
When they did the 3-4, he was the will. He was on the weak side on the interior.
You know what would be awesome? I know it probably wouldn't happen, but if we got Thibodeau like we got Tua,
don't tease me with my boy. Bro, I've been talking about Kevon Thibodeau for like 2 fucking years, bro.
I know you have, but that man is a monster, bro.
Yeah, a reason, man.
Yeah, I told y'all. I've been talking about him
bro.
since he's a freshman, bro.
Damn.
Dude, the guy is a fucking monster. You give me him or Kyle Hamilton defensively, oh my god. Fuck Brandon Jones. I'm sending him packing. And be bringing a guy like Kyle Hamilton. Oh my god!
But Thibodeau, damn! Oh my god!
You know what though? I already know Dolphin fans are gonna have Deion Jordan flashbacks because of Oregon, right? But Kevon Thibodeau is a next level athlete, bro. Like he's ridiculous. Like his bend around the edge is stupid, and he's got dumb length to his body. Like, Kevon Thibodeau is a dude, man.
Dude's a monster, bro.
And they got Sewell's brother with him.
Noah.
It's gonna be the truth, man.
Noah Sewell.
Yeah.
The better of the two of Noahs in terms of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you already know.
Dude, last year as a freshman, he had an interception in his first game.
So
he's a beast.
I want to say though that I when you talked about earlier the game plan approach for this New England Patriots team, I mean I think that would make a lot of sense. I think that's what they should try and do because at the end of the day, we obviously don't want to play into their strengths. So to minimize the impact of that run game and then force Mac Jones to have to throw the ball. I think it is definitely ideal to jump out to a relatively quick lead and then play from ahead as opposed to, keeping it close or playing from behind.
So you think they win the toss, they select to receive?
I'm not actually normally one who likes that, but in this case, I would say yes because
you want to set the tone.
You want to set the tone, especially what Reason said. If they want to score real quick and then let the defense just pin their ears back and just go ham like that, I mean, definitely see that.
Even if they don't score quick, even if it ended up being a little bit lengthy of a drive, but they still put up a touchdown, I'm okay with that. Because and the reason why I would, I normally like to get the second half kickoff, but in this case, because I think it's going to come down to whichever offense can be a little bit more efficient, like I mentioned before. So if you take the lead first, that will bode well for you and allow you to do the kinds of things that you want to schematically and game plan wise. So, yes,
exactly. Because
if you want another one, I was about to tell you, if you want another one on that Florida-born, check out the linebacker on Oregon, Justin Flo.
Justin Flo? Okay.
Yeah, he's a beast. He'll be eligible next year. Last year was his freshman year. He's a monster. So
man, that Oregon
defense is disgusting, bro.
Yeah, it's disgusting, man. It's very disgusting. Like when you said that, I was like, but I had to see it to believe it. But
Dude, people sleep on how good that offensive line was when. Not just with Sewell, but when Herbert was there.
Yep.
Man,
like they put together complete teams in Oregon, man. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I checked out that dude that tackled Neal, man. He was pancaking.
Evan Neal, yeah, bro.
Man.
Yeah, he was pretty good. Give me it, bro. I want Niners to tank so I can get Evan Neal, dude.
Bro,
Don't worry,
Jackson,
we gonna
nasty.
check.
Austin Jackson, who, bro?
Because he played right tackle last year, right?
Yeah,
and
he
this
played
year
right
he's playing
end,
left.
and now he's playing left. Yeah, and he's a crazy athlete. Have you seen his box jump?
Yeah, they showed that in the game. Yeah,
His
that's insane.
His box jump for a man his size is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, but I mean that's my definite favorite tackle prospect of this draft. There's a bunch of guys I like. All right, let's go through some final thoughts because I got to get out of here. Logan, what's on your mind, buddy?
I want us to dominate every single game, and it'll never get old.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, we're gonna win. I'm very confident on this Pats this on Sunday. I'm so confident we're gonna win. I just know it, and that's it, man. Fins up, and thanks for having me up here, and love your show, man.
No problem.
Always.
And guys, I'll be back Friday night with my preview. Pyro.
Yeah, thanks for having me too, Reason. But I think we're definitely gonna ace this, man, because shout outs to everybody hyping up Matt Jones. They're gonna be sorely disappointed come Sunday, man, because you just let them have it, and then once that dread and despair comes, man, it's gonna be great for all of us. And Dylan was wrong, and I don't know, anybody agrees with him.
Not a shocking thing. I'm not surprised.
You shouldn't be.
Not.
Red Comet, your final thoughts.
Well, I want us to beat the Patriots, dominate them. Patriot fans are getting way too arrogant for my liking.
They always been like that, man. It just comes with the thing.
They weren't arrogant in the 90s, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but after last season, they need to calm themselves.
Derek, your final thoughts, dude. Oh, sorry, Daryl. My bad.
Dang. But
I got you confused with Derek Huggins. That's why.
It's all good. It's all good. But nevertheless, shout out to everybody on the panel, man. It's been fun, and it's been a while since I've been able to been on. But from the little bit of time that I was able to be here, it was a pleasure to be able to get all you guys' perspective. And to Dylan's point, I do think healthy competition is good for the league. But as fans, regardless of who gets traded where or who gets drafted where or whatever entity that the national media tries to, or narrative that the national media tries to set about a team, you just want it to be a situation that the Dolphins still find ways to keep their heads above water. And regardless of, what team, might be on the rise in the eyes of many, you want it to be said that, okay, they got to play Miami. And when they step in Hard Rock Stadium, you let them know that the Dolphins ain't going nowhere. We as fans deserve this. We've been itching for this type of feeling for a decade now. So hopefully they give us something that we can be proud of. And I believe that with the emergence of Tua Tagovailoa and others doing their part, that the Dolphins have a chance of being a team that will be revered if they play their cards right. So here's hoping, and fins up.
Dylan, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, so thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Another wonderful show. Love chatting with you fellas. And that's fine. I am happy to admit when I'm wrong, Pyro. But so look, just real quick, man, again, the world is nuanced. So, I want us to beat them every time, but I do like competition. So that's where I stand. Yeah, I'm just pumped for this game. I'll be doing my video later this week, probably Friday as well. So check that out. But let's just get to this. Pyro, get out of here. Let's just get to this game and let's see what happens, man. And let's hope that we do have a successful season and make it to the playoffs. Fins up.
I agree with that.
See, Chris, go ahead, buddy.
I get what you're saying, Dylan, but yeah. We just want to hear, because we're not going to listen to the national media anyway, because we know they're stupid anyway, but we still want them to stop saying stupid shit about our team. That's all we want. We want the respect. Stop putting our fucking name in your mouth in a bad way. Just stop it. That's it. And I'm super excited for the Patriots. I agree with you, Reason. I think we need to play them close, and then when they're behind, let Mac Jones make mistakes and let our defense feast. I'm excited. I can't wait. Fins up.
Florida born. Go ahead, buddy. What's on your mind?
I want to thank you, Reason, as always, man. You're the GOAT at this shit. And I'm ready for Tua to go out and shut everybody up. And I kind of want to kick the Patriots down the basement stairs and shut the door and lock them and let them stay at the bottom of the AFC East forever. Fins up.
Man, Florida letting him know how he feels.
Yeah, let you know.
I'll be back on Friday night, guys. We'll preview. A lot of you are new to my previous shows, so if you've seen my previews from last year, you kind of know the formula. We'll be dropping it. I'll be back at 8 o'clock on Friday. Enjoy the Buccaneers Cowboys game tomorrow night, and we will see you guys right back here on Friday night. Until then, stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. And it's Fins up all day, every